A growing number of homeowners like Eleanor Rossellini have already taken steps to become part of a sustainable community. In a continuing effort to reduce the impact their house has on the environment, Eleanor and her husband recently installed solar panels. They made the decision to go solar after first reducing their overall power consumption.
Before we ever thought about getting solar panels, we really did a lot to reduce our electrical use in the house. And I think that's really an important point because it makes the solar panels much more important because it's producing a larger percentage of our usage because we had already gotten the usage down just by having Energy Star appliances and being really careful about turning off lights and turning off computers and using compact fluorescent light bulbs. So we had really gotten our electrical usage down as far as we could.
Once the Rossellinis decided to go solar, they had a number of decisions to make. Did they want to embrace solar thermal to provide hot water, or solar photovoltaic, which provides electricity? If they chose electricity, did they want to store excess power on site with a battery, or feed their surplus back into the power grid? For residents just learning about solar power, two excellent online resources are masstech.org and cbane.com. For the Rossellinis, the best option was a 2-kilowatt-sized photovoltaic system which feeds back into the grid. To make their dream a reality, they depended on the experts.
We don't have just a straight south-facing roof, and we were kind of disappointed and thought we might not be able to have solar. On the other hand, we have a completely unshaded roof, so that is in our favor. So they actually had to come and do an on-site visit and look at the roof and do these measurements. And they determined that the east-facing roof, which is a little bit south, would be the best place to put it. And they estimated that we could produce 2,200 or 2,300 kilowatt hours per year, which is about 2/3 of our usage. So it's really quite substantial.
In addition to solar panels, a number of pieces of equipment are needed to condition the power and hook it up to both the house and the power company's grid.
You have a converter box that converts the DC current into AC current that can be used by the house. And anything extra that is not used is fed into the grid. And so your house is producing, maybe feeding into the grid during the day when you're not using as much, and then when the sun goes down, you're not producing, it's coming back in.
There are also meters which gauge how much power the panels are producing, how much power the panels have generated since they were installed, as well as a traditional meter which measures total electric consumption.
They were installed about March 1st, and just every day I go out there and check the panels, and in March, April, May, June, July, August, it's really very, very strong, and we can actually see it getting lower when we're having a lot of output from the solar panels. One morning it will be, 760 kilowatt hours, and the next morning it'll be 757, and you've had a net gain of 3. And of course it goes up and down, then there'll be a cloudy day. But we did have one month actually when we used so much less that we actually got money back from NSTAR. Actually, they gave us a credit for our next.
For the Rossellinis, the benefits of the panels go beyond the financial.
It helps you to think about energy. When you're a producer of energy, you just think about it more. It's more in your consciousness.
The Rossellinis' enthusiasm for solar power has only grown since the installation of their solar panels. They hope to share this enthusiasm with the community.
It's just something that we wanted to do. We would like to be somewhat of a model of how you can live in suburbia and have the amenities. We have computers, we have a television, we don't have the fancy amenities, but we live pretty much like other people, and yet we're trying to have much less of an impact on the environment. So having solar panels was just something that makes us feel good, and is so much of a part of environmentalism for us, of living what we're preaching. I definitely think these aren't the last solar panels we'll be putting on our roof.